Across vast stretches of our planet, a silent, relentless enemy awakens each season. Wildfires, fueled by dry conditions and shifting climates, consume forests, threaten homes, and paint the sky with a terrifying glow. These infernos are often born in the most inaccessible terrains, far from roads and traditional firefighting access. When the alarm sounds for a remote blaze, a unique breed of warrior steps forward, the smokejumper. These elite firefighters don't drive to the fire, they fly, and then they jump, directly into the heart of the wilderness, often before anyone else can reach the scene. Smokejumpers are specialized wildland firefighters, forming the vanguard of initial attack efforts in remote and rugged landscapes. Their mission is clear: to reach wildfires quickly, contain them while they are still small, and prevent them from becoming catastrophic infernos. Unlike ground crews, who trek for hours or days, smokejumpers are delivered by air, parachuting directly into uncharted territory. This extraordinary method demands not just peak physical condition, but an unwavering mental fortitude and a profound understanding of fire behavior in the wild. The concept of smoke jumping was born out of desperate necessity in the late 1930s. As vast national forests in the American West became more accessible to recreation, the number of human-caused fires increased. Yet, many of these blazes erupted deep within roadless wilderness areas, taking days for ground crews to reach. In 1939, the U.S. Forest Service pioneered the idea of parachuting firefighters directly to the fire's edge. The first operational jump occurred in 1940 in the Nez Perce National Forest, marking a revolutionary shift in wildfire suppression tactics. Today, smokejumper bases are strategically located across the western United States, primarily in states like Montana, Idaho, Oregon, and California, where vast expanses of wilderness meet dry, fire-prone conditions. Each base serves as a hub for training, equipment maintenance, and rapid deployment. When a fire is spotted in their jurisdiction, a crew can be airborne within minutes, flying in specialized aircraft like Twin Otters, Sherpas, or Dorniers. These aircraft are designed to handle the often turbulent air currents and rugged landing zones characteristic of remote mountain environments. Becoming a smokejumper is an arduous journey, demanding not just peak physical fitness but an iron will and sharp decision-making skills. Rookies undergo months of intense training, far exceeding that of typical wildland firefighters. This includes extensive physical conditioning, rappel training, tree climbing, first aid, and, of course, hundreds of practice parachute jumps. They must master the art of navigating unforgiving terrain, understanding complex fire behavior, and surviving for extended periods with minimal support, all while carrying heavy loads. A smokejumper's life literally hangs by a thread, or rather, hundreds of threads, in their specialized parachute system. Their jumpsuit is a marvel of protective engineering, thick, padded, and reinforced with Kevlar and heavy canvas to withstand impacts with trees and jagged rocks. Attached are multiple parachutes, a main, a reserve, and sometimes even a smaller drift chutes for precise targeting. The entire assembly is designed not for comfort, but for survival and function, allowing them to land safely in some of the planet's most inhospitable environments. Upon landing, a smokejumper doesn't just have their protective gear. Each carries a substantial load of specialized firefighting equipment, often weighing between 80 to 120 pounds. This includes Pulaskis, a combination axe and hoe, shovels, chainsaws, water, food rations, communication devices, and first aid supplies. This heavy burden must be navigated through dense forests, up steep slopes, and across rocky terrain. Every item is carefully chosen for its utility, durability, and the critical role it plays in establishing a fire line and suppressing the blaze. The moment of truth arrives as the aircraft approaches the jump spot. The jump master, a seasoned smoke jumper, makes the final assessment of wind, terrain, and fire conditions. Then, the command, "Jumpers, stand in the door." One by one, they exit the plane, not knowing what awaits them below. The initial freefall is brief, followed by the deployment of the parachute. Guiding their descent, they must steer clear of towering trees, power lines, and treacherous landscapes, aiming for the safest possible landing zone amidst the smoke and chaos. A safe landing is far from guaranteed. Smoke jumpers often land in rugged, uneven terrain, sometimes becoming entangled in treetops. Tree landing is a common occurrence, requiring the jumper to expertly rappel down to the ground using specialized equipment. Once down, the immediate priority is to gather their gear, ensure their own safety, and establish communication with the jump plane. This critical window, from leaving the aircraft to being safely on the ground and organized, is filled with adrenaline and calculated risks, setting the stage for the battle ahead. Once on the ground, the initial moments are crucial. The smoke jumper crew leader immediately conducts a rapid, on-site assessment of the fire's behavior, its size, the surrounding fuels, and potential escape routes. Wind patterns, topography, and weather forecasts are all factored into developing an initial attack strategy. This critical information is relayed back to command, ensuring that resources are deployed effectively and that the team operates with the best possible understanding of the dynamic situation they face. With their assessment complete, smoke jumpers implement one of two primary strategies: direct or indirect attack. Direct attack involves fighting the fire at its edge, cooling it, and extinguishing hotspots. Indirect attack, more common in remote areas, involves building containment lines a safe distance ahead of the fire's progression, removing fuels, and then conducting strategic backburns to starve the main blaze. The goal is always the same: to create a barrier that the fire cannot cross, effectively encircling and suffocating it before it can spread further into the wilderness or threaten communities. The primary tool for a smoke jumper is often the humble shovel and the versatile Pulaski. With these, they manually construct fire lines, scraping away vegetation and digging down to mineral soil, creating a gap that the fire cannot jump. Chainsaws are deployed to clear wider swaths and remove dangerously leaning trees. In a landscape devoid of water sources, every swing of an axe, every scoop of dirt, is a laborious, calculated effort against a force that tirelessly consumes. Their sweat and grit are the only barriers between a contained fire and an unmanageable inferno. Fighting wildfires is a brutal test of endurance. Smoke jumpers work in extreme heat, often over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, exacerbated by the radiant heat of the fire itself. Dense smoke chokes the air, obscuring vision and irritating lungs. The work is physically exhausting, requiring continuous strenuous activity for hours, often days, with little rest. Sleep might be on the hard ground, under a tarp, with the sounds and smells of the fire always present. They are truly battling the elements, pushing their bodies to the absolute limit. In such a high-stakes, unpredictable environment, teamwork and communication are paramount. Every smoke jumper relies implicitly on the person next to them. Hand signals, radio communication, and a shared understanding of tactics are essential for maintaining safety and effectiveness. Crews work as a cohesive unit, constantly monitoring each other, sharing observations about fire behavior, and coordinating their efforts to maximize impact. There's no room for ego or hesitation. Collective survival and mission success depend on seamless collaboration. Perhaps one of the most unique aspects of a smoke jumper's job is the profound sense of isolation. They are often dropped into areas so remote that they might not see another human outside their small crew for days. Resupply, if it happens, comes via airdrops, requiring precision and favorable weather. This isolation demands not only self-reliance but a deep respect for the wilderness itself. It's a raw, visceral experience of pitting human will against nature's fury, with no safety net of easy evacuation or immediate external support. Once the fire's perimeter is secure and the main threat is suppressed, the meticulous and exhausting mop-up phase begins. This involves extinguishing every last ember and hotspot within the fire line, ensuring no chance of rekindling. Only after the area is deemed completely cold and safe will the smoke jumpers be extracted. This often involves a long hike out to the nearest road or a pickup by helicopter, which can sometimes be days after the initial jump. Their mission is not truly complete until they are out of the wilderness and accounted for. The dedication of Smokejumpers extends beyond just putting out fires. It's about protecting our nation's invaluable natural resources, wildlife habitats, and the communities that border these wildlands. Their early intervention often means the difference between a small, manageable burn and a megafire that devastates thousands of acres and impacts air quality for hundreds of miles. They are truly guardians, working tirelessly and courageously, often without public recognition, to preserve the beauty and ecological balance of our wilderness areas. Behind every jump, every swing of a Pulaski, every long hike, is an individual of extraordinary character. Smokejumpers are drawn to this calling by a complex mix of adventure, a profound sense of duty, and a deep respect for the wild. They are men and women who willingly face danger, embrace discomfort, and commit to a life of service that demands the very best of them. Their camaraderie, forged in fire and smoke, is legendary, a bond that transcends the professional and often lasts a lifetime. As climate change continues to fuel hotter, drier seasons and expand the wildfire threat, the role of Smokejumpers becomes even more critical. They represent a vital, agile response mechanism in a rapidly changing environment. While technology advances, the core human skill and bravery required to parachute into a burning wilderness remains irreplaceable. Their methods may adapt, but their mission, to be the first, the fastest, and the most effective line of defense, will endure as long as wildfires threaten our wild places. Smokejumpers are more than just firefighters, they are environmental stewards, airborne guardians, and a testament to human resilience. Their dedication ensures that vast expanses of our natural heritage are preserved for generations to come. They embody a unique blend of courage, skill, and an unwavering commitment to protect. The next time you see a plume of smoke rising from a distant mountain, remember the silent, unseen heroes who are likely already on their way, falling from the sky to meet the fire head-on, an extraordinary force against nature's fury.